Hello and welcome to SAP Learning Academy and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial today I'm going to tell you about the new features in SAP ABAP Dictionary to support the SAP HANA Database, meaning that I will be telling you about the new features when you have the SAP HANA as a database in terms of table, like when you open a table in SE11 and you find a lot of new changes that I will be telling you in this tutorial. So I will be starting with the next slide. So what are the new features? And there are mainly four features that I will be talking about. First one is the storage type for tables, like set storage table, like column store or row store in technical setting. Then depooling and declustering, like make pool and cluster tables transparent on certain databases, and definition of full text, and last one is the selective activation of secondary indexes. So I will be explaining you each of the topics so in the next coming slides. So yes, the first one, the storage type for tables, like when you open the table in SE11 in your SAP screen, then you can find the option called technical setting in the top bar menu, and then you go to DB specific properties, and here you can choose the option like column store or row store. So this column store is a new features that have been added when you have SAP HANA as a database, and you can always change the data, change the table, whether you want to choose as row store or column store. Now we are coming to the next properties, that is the depooling or declustering. And now, as you know that the tables like CDPOS or BKPF, those are the tables called cluster table, and the cluster table is having difficulty in terms of reading the data because reading from the cluster table is very slow in SAP HANA. So that you should do depooling or declustering, then that data from the table, the cluster table, can be much faster. So how can you do that? So you first open the table, and there you can find the option called extras, and there you can change the option like it is marked below, like SAP HANA database. So once you actually tick mark that, you can extract the data from the cluster table using the open SQL. Because if you read from the cluster table using the open SQL like select, so it's going to take a long time. But if you mark it as SAP HANA database, then it is going to take a very short time. So coming to the next option, that is the definition of full text indexes, meaning that now first we need to know that what is full text indexes. So you can see the definition in the left side of the screen. That is, full text index is created to enable text search features on a specific column of a table. So it is confirmed that using the full text indexes, you can actually search the text of a field. So in order to do that, how can you do it? So you need to open the table, and once you open the table, and you can find the option called indexes, and there, so one by one you need to follow the process, and you need to uh, create the indexes called full text indexes. And here we create full text index based on a single column of a table. Now coming to the last option, that is the selective activation of secondary indexes, meaning that you can create a secondary indexes of your HANA table. Like you have a let me tell you that there are two kinds of indexes that's available for a table. One is the primary indexes, and second is the secondary indexes. And primary indexes are created automatically when the table is created. When you create a table in your HANA database, the primary indexes will be created automatically, and the searching will be done based on the primary indexes. But uh, suppose you want to define a secondary indexes for faster result, And there are possibilities in SAP HANA, because sometimes you can see for the larger table and where the reading from the table is very slow. In that scenario, you can create a secondary indexes, and where you can choose the some of the fields those you want, and that is possible in SAP HANA. So you can go to the table like in the screen in AC11, and there you can find the option and display index, and there you can create the secondary indexes. So that is all about this tutorial. If you have any question, write in the below comment box. I will be happy to answer. And if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do so. And also look into my other tutorials. I have given the links in the below description. Thank you for watching.